Hello everyone, and welcome back to the show. We've got a fantastic topic lined up today. It's all about the art of saying no with kindness. It's kind of funny, isn't it? Many people believe that saying no is rude or selfish. But in reality, it's a powerful form of self-respect. So, let's dive into this together.
Oh, wow. I've always found it really hard to say no. I mean, why is it sometimes so tough to just, decline an invitation or a favor?
That's a great question. You see, a lot of us are conditioned to be people pleasers. It's almost as if we're hardwired to think that saying no means we're disappointing someone or stirring up conflict. But here's the kicker. You can decline without coming off as rude. For example, I once had a coworker who was constantly asking me to jump in on their weekend project, and one day I finally said, "I'm sorry, I have other plans." You know what? They actually respected my answer.
That's interesting. So you can be honest without hurting feelings? Have you ever said yes and then regretted it? Ooh, I've done that a million times, laughs.
Absolutely. There was a time I agreed to help organize an event because I felt like I couldn't let my friend down. But boy, did I end up overwhelmed. I realized later that I should have just been honest from the get-go. Now, I say no to protect my time and energy. It's so liberating. Remember, sometimes no can be a complete sentence, and that's okay.
Oh, that's like a powerful concept. I've never thought of it that way. I worry about hurting people's feelings, though. Is there a way to say no kindly? How do you do that without, crushing their spirit?
Definitely. Honesty and gentleness are key. I like to thank the person for thinking of me first, then explain my situation. For instance, if someone requests my help, I might say, "I really appreciate you reaching out, but unfortunately, I have to decline this time." That way, I'm expressing gratitude while keeping it clear.
I like that. I totally get guilty when saying no to friends, though. I mean, is it tougher to say no to friends, family, or coworkers?
It really varies from person to person. For some, it's hardest to say no to family because they might feel guilty about not helping. Here's a personal story. I had to say no to my sister about lending her money because I knew she wouldn't use it responsibly. It wasn't easy, but in the long run, it helped her learn to budget better. Saying no isn't selfish. It's necessary for both parties.
Wow, that's like a serious lesson. So how does it feel after saying no kindly but firmly? I can only imagine the relief, right?
Oh, it's honestly so freeing. You feel this weight lift off your shoulders when you set boundaries. I used to dread it, but now it's almost like discovering a superpower. I'm protecting my peace.
That sounds amazing. But what are the signs that maybe we need to say no more often? I mean, how do you know when you're overcommitting? Laughs.
Great question. If you're constantly feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or just plain irritable, it's a clear sign you need to set some boundaries. When I started feeling drained after social events, that was my wake-up call. I began evaluating what truly aligns with my values and saying no to the rest. It became so much easier to prioritize what matters.
Oh, wow. So saying no can actually strengthen relationships, huh? How does that work?
You bet. It shows that you value your time and yourself, which others will learn to respect over time. When you stand by your boundaries, you're teaching others what you expect in return, thus creating a healthier dynamic. Imagine if your friend keeps saying yes to plans but looks miserable. It doesn't foster a great friendship.
That totally makes sense. It's kind of like how, if a plant isn't getting enough sunlight, it just wilts, right? Laughs.
Yes. Culture plays a huge role in how we handle saying no. In some cultures, it's viewed as disrespectful, while in others, it's considered assertive and a sign of self-respect. Recognizing this can really help you navigate those tricky conversations. Always remember to stay true to your feelings while respecting the cultural context.
That's super insightful. So what's one thing you learned from a time you didn't say no? I bet there's a story in there. Laughs.
That's a great one. I learned that saying yes constantly can lead to burnout. There was this time I took on a project that clashed with my values just to please my boss. And wow, did that backfire! Nowadays, I make sure my commitments align with my core beliefs before I say yes.
Haha, I need to do that more. I guess I never thought boundaries could stabilize relationships like this.
Exactly. Setting firm yet gentle boundaries takes practice, but they're essential. It all boils down to clear communication and respect. And if you find it hard to say no right off the bat, consider using different approaches, like the delay response technique. That way, you can tell someone you need to think it over.
Wow, that's a lot of great info. Thank you for, making this topic so much clearer. I feel empowered to try this out now.
Of course! It's my pleasure to share. Just remember, everyone, being kind to yourself is just as crucial as being kind to others. Thanks for joining us today, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights. We'll catch you next time.
Yeah, I can't wait to dive into more of these topics with you. Bye for now, laughs.